I caught some real heat about this cheap little knife, okay? I did. And I also caught a little bit of heat about this super cheap plane. I did. But it's kind of the same situation. It's kind of the same thing. I didn't like this knife mainly because of the inefficiency of it. I think this knife should be able to close and open in a slick, simple motion. And this one does not. I don't like it. When I got this plane, it was rusty and bad and it needed work. I actually worked on almost every part of this plane before I got it running well. So there's a guy that did an answer to my video on this knife, and he told everyone how to open it up, take it apart, and maybe even make it better. And he also included that this is a mass-produced, fairly cheap product subject to some manufacturing error potential. Also saying that this is normal operation for a cheap knife, but the reason I want a cheap plane is different from the reason I want a cheap knife. I want a cheap plane so I can learn how to sharpen it. I want a cheap plane so I can learn how to use it and decide if it's worth it for me and if I like it enough to upgrade to one that costs more money. A cheap knife is because I'm a contractor by trade and I'm gonna lose this. But I don't want to spend a bunch of time taking it apart and repairing it either. So I want a decent disposable knife with no problems other than I gotta sharpen cheap steel from time to time. And the truth is, if you're building furniture and you're very serious about woodworking, you don't want this. It's too much tuning. It's not a super precise, time-tested instrument. Stanley absolutely is, and I've never heard anybody complain about a number 4 Stanley. Entry level, go for it. This will get you through. But hit up your local garage sales because you can get these cheap if you find them. Moral of the story, we gotta live and let live. All of this stuff is valid.